Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about quite interesting book. And this is a book which is released by Czech publisher. It's written here, it's a Magnet Plus, and it's written by Jaroslav Zverina. I'm not sure if it will be available in some big I would say shops in which ships worldwide, but I guess you might try to order it from the publisher website. And that's actually why I decided to take a look together with you, because it's a really interesting book about this aircraft manufacturer Letov, and as you can see, it is dedicated to the 100th anniversary of this first aircraft manufacturer in Czechoslovak country. And we have a commercial sample. I bought it with your help, so now we are going to open it together and check what is actually supplied or printed inside. But first of all, this is overall format is quite unusual for such publication, in my opinion, because it's provided in a hardbound format, and you can notice that it's really hefty and thick book, which is quite impressive, as I said before, and not that many aircraft publications are actually supplied in such format, and definitely that's a book which will be a nice looking addition in your collection, in your library, let's say. So let's open it, and what do we have inside? Maybe I'll close the camera a bit so that it won't be that bright. So first of all, this book is written in Czech language, so that's why it will be a bit difficult for some guys to read what is written here, but from the other side, we are living in 2021, and it's not difficult to download the Google Translate application, which will translate it everything immediately just by pointing the camera at this text. And yes, it won't be that, I would say, exact translation, but you'll get the overall idea. And why I'm suggesting this book is not only because of the text, but also because of some rare photos. As you can see, we have photos not only of the aircraft. For example, here we start with aircraft assembly, but also with all involved guys and which were actually contributing to the overall process. As you can see, the separation of the book is done according to years. So for example, here we are talking about 1923, and straight away we are seeing some aircraft on winter airfield. And maybe if I will be able to read what is written there. So here, for example, we see aircraft in Heb, and here we have aircraft in Gbeli, not far from me, by the way. And next we continue with some other aircraft and airfield. And what is next? Next we continue with 1926, and also interesting is that we have aircraft crashes as well. So it might be a good thing for diorama builders who would like to assemble an interesting scene with aircraft, especially with such unusual aircraft. And I think some of these photos will be also useful for weathering and painting ideas. Obviously, the biggest share of the photos here is black and white, so you will have to decipher somehow what is shown here, but still this is a really valuable visual material which shows you some rare shots. And this book is notable because it features some photos which were not published before, and here we get them for the first time, so that's why I decided to show it to you as well. And we are already on the page 67, that's the year 1935, and we gradually move to the World War II period. As you can see, there are also some detailed shots of the aircraft internals. I guess they were taken on the assembly line, and that's also cool. We also have here the small map of the factory. And what is next? Next we continue with 1939. Here is some twin-engine aircraft. That's one of the last shots of this aircraft with Czech markings. I guess later it was captured. Here we continue with 1940. So I guess that's the period when we start seeing the German influence on this factory. And what is next? So 1941, here we have winter skis. They start assembling, what is this? So it's a Junkers 86. Wow, I didn't know that they actually assembled this type of aircraft on this factory. Next we have 1943, again some World War II years. As you can see, we have even some, I guess that were the Avia fuselages. And that's already page number 103, so I guess after the war they started working on some jet aircraft. As you can see, that's already 1947, and we have Tatra here, by the way. Next we continue with 1948. So why do we have cars here? I wonder, maybe they were also producing cars, but that's quite interesting shot. We have S199 here, and this is also interesting project, which I think it turned it to be real. We also have the Yak 23 here. I think it is displayed in Kbely Museum, so if you have a chance, definitely check it out. Next we continue with 1951. So judging by these shots of the cars, I guess this aircraft manufacturer was also producing some cars, but here we have something interesting. So these are aircraft S103, and you can see the overall scale of the production. And here we continue with MiG-15. So that's also quite interesting shot showing how many of these aircraft were actually produced on this factory. So next we continue with 1958, again MiG-15. Let's jump to 1962. So here we have some manufacturer shots. Next we continue with L-29, and this is interesting. I wonder if they were produced there as well, because here we have some shots of the assembly. Next we continue with 1966. So here we have some of the, that's the auto camping trailer. I guess it was also produced there. And next we have 1967 with some gliders here. 1968 L-39 already. That's interesting. That's actually the first prototype of this type of aircraft. And as you can see, we even have color shot. Next we continue with 1971. And here we have some of the minor trainer jet aircraft shown. 1976, 1980, and that's where we start seeing some color printed photos. That's also quite a handy material for modelers who would like to replicate L-39. Next we continue with 1985, 1986, 1989. I just wonder till which year it goes on. So here we start with some history notes. And that's... So here is the chapter what happened next, and I guess it describes what is currently produced on this factory. So here you can see it. That's quite interesting, because I think this is airfield, Letňany airfield. If you're interested, you can check it in Google Maps. And in total we have 295 pages. We also have the short list of the produced aircraft from what I can see. And in the end we have a small note from author. Okay, so book was released in 2018, by the way. Here is small price of this book. And all in all, I think this is a really impressive release, which might be interesting even if you do not speak Czech language, because of the shots inside. And of course I will be happy to hear your opinion about such publication. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye!